should put her music on our background music.
You can hear this?
Yeah, but it's not like like we can't make it out. Can't make out what it is. I don't think. Is that D'Angelo? No.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I just heard the
And it
boom.
really just popped on my Spotify. I didn't do anything.
Hmm.
All right, we in the game.
I've been working on music lately because
I know and I love it.
yeah.
Happy October 20th, 2025.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome to the show where anything goes, but everything stays.
Oh,
Oh,
Monday.
that what
Welcome
they
to
do?
Monday.
Is that how they do it?
Clock T. Clock T.
I love
Wait.
it.
Oh, it's the second finger.
You can use either one from what I understand. I don't know the difference.
We so hip.
Yeah.
Or not. If we don't know the difference.
And probably not. They're probably talking about us.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to D'Angelo. A legend in his own right, a beautiful mind. Beautiful mind.
Did y'all hear Cynthia Erivo tribute to him?
No.
No.
Well, not tribute, but she was in an interview. This was before he passed, and she was like, "Why did he have to do that in that song?" Was it to him? It might have been to Cisco. Maybe it was either him or Cisco.
Oh, I saw her with the Cisco.
Okay,
That
that's
was, yeah, she had a good time with that one.
You know, D'Angelo, I get his outlook and his perspective. You know, he felt like after this song, it made him a sex symbol. After this video, it made him a sex symbol. And that was not his angle. But on behalf of everybody who has good eyeballs, listen, I'm not sure what that brother was expecting, especially from the youngins. Because he's in our age bracket. So I know folks that was around me, we was all like, was hoping
y'all was all in the V
You
line.
waiting for the
was
camera to
hoping
pan.
was just gonna drop the camera or
Y'all
something.
was looking like
Waiting.
Man,
Waiting. We didn't know what was coming.
the very first
Literally.
time. Shoot. Rest in peace, D'Angelo. Though he's a genius.
rest in peace.
Definitely
Yes.
was a genius. Definitely was a genius. Welcome to the show, y'all. It is my pleasure. I'm Brysen. I'm just the little old mediator that stands in between these two.
We don't use the word little. Not for nan one of us.
Oh, Lee, see now she told you a few minutes ago.
Not for nan
You was
one.
talking about now. Okay.
I'm gonna look away.
Okay.
I'm
Because
gonna
Not
look
for
away.
nan one.
your heart is not to look at this camera right now, but it's okay.
I'm gonna look away.
Well,
Swim
Angel
away. Swim away.
said, I guess I'm big Bryson because I'm not the little. So I'm the big mediator, not the little. But it's a pleasure to
You
be
can be. You can be.
Thank you, Fran. Check me out at the original Bryson. My pleasure to be with the incomparable, the lovely, the awesomeness, good old Sugar Smacks, Angel
Oh,
Simmons.
that's me. I heard my name.
You heard your name.
Sugar smacks.
I heard
Sugar Smacks. And the handsome, delectable, caramely deliciousness. Ooh, boy, I tell you, ain't no word is original, ain't got nothing on you, boy.
Ooh, come on
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
I
Welcome, y'all.
receives that. I receives that.
I'm telling you.
Instagram is lying to us again.
Are they?
They do that
Yep.
kind of thing.
Why you see? What you see?
Nothing. That's why.
Oh, that would be a lie. That would be a
I
lie.
don't see nothing. Lying. Remember when we couldn't say that word?
A lie.
Couldn't
Yeah.
say the word lie.
I remember that.
Angel, how you feel? Welcome to fall, y'all.
I
Welcome
got
to
a fall.
fall.
I got on my fall shirt.
You showing us your shirt? I know you trying to show. I ain't.
These are a few of my favorite things. All my fall things: candles, leaves, scarves, hot drinks, warm socks, pumpkins down there. They alright, but
The pumpkins. What?
they alright.
What's okay?
They alright. I'm more more of an apple girl than a pumpkin girl. So yeah,
I need
You
to
like
put
apple pie.
holiday order in with you before we get off here. That's
apple
just a
crisp.
atmosphere. Love's great design.
Oh, am I talking?
I thought you was on cue. I thought you was grabbing
You
your
said
merchandise.
fall. I was showing off my fall stuff. Mm-mm.
I thought you was gonna about to show me that merchandise.
Oh, this. Oh, this.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
these.
okay. Oh.
These.
You do have merchandise.
Yes.
Love's
We have
great
Love's
design.
Great Design,
Target.
Uncovering the Power and Purpose of Human Relationship, a 52-week devotional. And then we have Target of Love, Surviving Narcissistic Abuse, a journey back to Love's Great Design. You need both. You should have both.
Where do we find both?
You can get it on angelsimmons.com, which is scrolling on the bottom of your screen there.
All right.
Angelsimmons.com. You can also get it on Amazon if you want to go that route and want to get it in like 2 days or something. You can get it digitally if you want to read it and do that, not turn pages, but just swipe. If you want to get audio, Target of Love is on the audio. You can get that on audio. So you have, if you want me to read it to you personally, we can arrange a price.
Come on
We
now.
can set up a session. We can set up a session where I will read the book to you for a fee in my fall atmosphere with
fall atmosphere.
candles and warm lights and warm socks and scarves.
Does it come with a treat?
That's the immersive experience.
Come on. Excellent timing.
Immersive experience. Story time with Angel Simmons.
Story time with Angel Simmons.
What you got coming up?
Lord, what is coming up? I'll be with some horses in the next week or so. I'm gonna go and volunteer and take some treats to the horses, and do some horse therapy, and get in tune with my spirit. November 1st, which is National Authors Day, there's a podcast that I'm going to be interviewing New York best-selling Times author Jessica Cage. I'll be interviewing her, and we're going to talk about mental health and entrepreneurship. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. She has over 40 published projects. How? I will never know. Over 40 published projects. So we'll be chatting with Jessica Cage on the Be the Message podcast on November 1st. What else is coming up? There's another day in November that I'll be baking cookies at Ronald McDonald House. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll be doing that. Cookies from the Heart program. And a few things coming up in December, but I'll tell you about that later. So,
okay. Y'all catch her. She's on the go.
She's on the go.
Catch up with her.
Catch me. And I'll be at pause before the month is over as well. Again, I got a chance to sit with some furry friends a couple of weeks ago, and I'll be back. I have my volunteer orientation coming up, so they're gonna see me regularly. I had some kitten time therapy a couple of weeks ago. I was claimed like immediately. I sat down and was minding my business. Baby boy woke up. He did the big stretch and walked across the room and right up my leg and got himself comfortable. I said, "You're not going home with me." I just need to say that up front. He kind of looked back like, "Yeah," and went to sleep.
What color is he?
White, black, and we both had on black and white that day. Black and white. Wow. His name was Cole.
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 Wow.
That was funny. That was funny. But I had some feline therapy. You know, met some dogs that were being adopted. It was a time. A time was had.
The time
A
was
time
had.
was had.
But like I said, y'all keep up with her. She is on the go, Miss Angel Simmons. Angel Simmons at angelsimmons.com. I had a brain freeze. Angelsimmons.com. And then there's the caramely, deliciously honey nutty worthery LeAnzar
Worthy.
Stock.
Worthy. What's up, folks? Hello. How's it going? God bless y'all.
He too is an amazing author. One. Two.
Dos. There is a threes.
There is a three, but he was playing.
There is
There is a thread. There is a thread
There's a thread.
that I actually thought. Well, technically, there's a thread and a fourth. And there's a thread. This was my
That's
very
the
first
threes.
book.
That was
folks.
the first. Mm-hmm.
This was my very first book in 2009. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Yep, I had a place that had a few.
Mm-hmm.
And I also just, interestingly enough, I just wrote a little children's book the other day for my friend.
Not you just wrote it the other day like you was just writing a grocery
Nah,
list.
I heard
it was
the
a
word
children's
little.
book. So it was a children's. Well, no, it was little. It was a little.
You meant in size. You wrote a mini book.
And it was it was just my friends are having a
Pocket
baby.
size.
I'm so excited about them. They're having a baby, and for the baby shower, you know, they say bring books and things like that to build their library. So I decided I'll write one and turned it into a little audio book experience. Audio.
I love it.
It's like a spoken word audio experience.
Uncle Lee.
Flip book. Yes, from Uncle Czar.
I like that.
Oh, Uncle Czar.
It's only about 32 pages, but it works for a children's book.
That's
Gotta
also
get them started
on
early with relationality.
my list of things to do.
Yeah, I can see that story time with Auntie Angel.
Nah, this is the no new friends book.
No new friends.
No new friends.
You guys want those books from him? From Uncle Czar?
Yep.
Somebody's telling on you.
LeAnzarStockley.com. Tiffany said you owe her 2 books. She won't up books.
Tiffany said I owe her 2 books.
And
Tiffany,
I believe her. Whatever she say, I believe her.
she got all my books.
Whatever she say, I believe her.
What, Tiffany? I can't see the comments.
It's on the screen. Oh, here.
Lucky I can't see.
There
them.
you go.
My Tiffany?
Can you see
I owe her 2 books.
Whatever she say.
She got all my books.
Well,
She
they
in
must
one
be
of them.
somebody else.
Hmm.
Who is this?
I think we just gonna let him be. I saw that.
Probably a spam. You know,
Okay.
it's a new
All
day.
right.
That means we're doing well. When spam start popping up.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, welcome, good people. We're gonna get rolling. We're gonna do stuff a little different today for the show. It should be fun. It should be exciting. Might be a little intense. Might be a little nervous.
I'm already intense and nervous.
Because usually I know clearly what's going on, what to expect, because I set it up.
Mm-hmm. However,
You did set this up.
They are under a rock somewhere and don't know. But I never set them up too tough. Never set them up too tough. And they're geniuses anyway, so can't trump a genius. But today we have the pleasure of checking out. Don't you have another item, sir? Because you showed your books.
I did.
Oh, Soul Circle.
Soul Circle. It's a circle. It's a circle. It's a circle.
Tell us about Soul Circle.
The friendship edition, the friendship reunion edition, Soul Circle conversation cards. Yes. A relationality experience. Yes.
And today we're going to have a relationality experience, okay? So let's get into it.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the one. Put that one, save that one. Start, mark it, or whoever, save that one.
That's the
That's the
one.
one. That's the one. So we
That's the
welcome
one.
you guys who are online with us to definitely join in, share your
Yes.
2 cents. If you want to play, let us know you want to play. You might get popped up on the screen. So let's see how this goes. All right, Brother Czar, get us started.
All right, so y'all, these are the conversation cards, right? These are the Soul Circle conversation cards. These can be played. You can kind of customize it however you really need to be able to play it with your group of people. All right, it says Friendship Reunion Edition, but really, honestly, you can kind of pull them and play them with anybody, and like I said, customize them any way you want to. You can either try to play the whole deck, all right, or you can just pull a few cards. I will tell you, the first time I played this with a group of people, we did not get through more than two. I think it was 2 or 3 rounds each person. It was 6 of us playing. So
Why so?
because one, the questions, a lot of the questions that are being asked. Now you always get the opportunity to be as vulnerable or as least vulnerable as you would like to, right? Or to answer the questions however you want to. So that can either go deep or it can be very surface level if you just don't feel like really going there. But also, in addition to that, if Brysen is reading a card, or if she pulls a card, I pull a card and it's for Brysen and she reads that card, we can ask her questions about that, even beyond what's on the card. All right. So the whole aim is ultimately to get to know your people
Mm.
on more than just a surface level. We tend to know each other on a personality level. We like to go bowling, we like to whatever, but sometimes we don't know the deeper soul aspect of our being. We don't meet heart to heart, soul to soul. A lot of times we meet personality to personality. All right, so this is the aim in that is to really walk away with some understanding. I just wrote a song too the other day, and all of your get understanding. Right. So if we're gonna be together, it's more so that we can walk away understanding each other a little bit better. So there's a mix of cards in here in the different categories. You have relational echoes, connection cards, challenge cards. Those are like just little fun things, or maybe some silly things, or some things that actually require activity. We'll figure out how to do that if that comes up tonight. And then we have friendship philosophy cards, and then there are like soul seal cards somewhere in here, which are harder to do. Probably would be harder for us to do. We'll probably pass those, but I could read them so that people can kind of see what they are. Those are things that are like, if you're with your group of people, some you can even kind of think ritual, some ritual type things that you could do together, some activity things that you can do together to commemorate your friendships or your relationships. All right. So since we're virtual, I'll pull a card based off of whoever is. I don't know if y'all want to do it like each person, or if y'all just want me to pull a card and we just read it and anybody answer it. How y'all want to?
Um, I think we can be all inclusive. So I guess you can just pull it and ask, and we just hope that
Somebody.
We hope that
everybody will participate. Because I'd rather not put anybody on the spot. At least we'll be on the spot together.
we'll be on the spot. We'll be on the spot together. All right. So pull a card. Who feeling lucky? All right. Yeah. Thanks, Angel. Even though it's for all of us. All right. So this is a relational echo card. All right. And so they all have, I just kind of want to show y'all this too, because we're kind of giving a little advertisement too. So you see the little script at the top. I don't know if you can see the little script at the top. It's probably all white. But anyway, there's a little quote that it says, there are friendships, there are friendships imprinted in our hearts that will never be diminished by time and distance. All right, that's by Dodinsky. That's a famous person. All right, so here's the question. If you could share one compliment with someone in the group, what would it be?
Um, Lee, you have the cutest booty.
Went straight to the surface.
Oh,
In my clothes or outside of them?
don't stop telling all our business.
Oh,
My
okay.
goodness.
Oh, that was the icebreaker. Okay, that was the
That's
icebreaker.
hilarious.
That was the icebreaker. Um, a compliment.
Oh, we got compliments from the audience.
Watching Renita come out. Is Renita in here? Is she in here? Uh,
Not that I see.
I didn't see.
Tiffany? If she is, that'd be great because that way she can actually hear the compliment. It would be
Yeah, and then we can further engage. Let's make sure we.
Well,
watching
if she's
Renita
not
come
here,
out of her
text it to her.
shell was absolutely beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
What was beautiful about it? So that would be an example. You ain't got to
Uh,
answer it, Tiff, but it's like that would be an example of, oh, what was it that stood out?
There's
Because
the
again, thinking
engagement.
about the imprint that actually left,
Mhm.
that has left some type of imprint on your heart, right? So it's like, what type of imprint was that is left? What was beautiful about it? What did it do? What did it speak to? What did it highlight or light up? So it's like you can expand some of those questions as however you would really want to do that.
Angel, I think, not I think, I know, you're one of the most resilient people I have ever met. You are always driven. You're always very determined, always very focused, always very unapologetic. No matter what the crowd, no matter how many in the audience, big, small, in between, you give the same energy. You give the same heart. You give the same devotion to your craft. And I admire that. I admire that tremendously because it's been so many times where I've witnessed you get easily, back out or say no or I'm done or whatever, or even when things were are at higher heights, you stay grounded, you stay rooted, you stay humble. So I admire that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that's cute.
Okay.
That's cute. That's cute. That's cute.
Wow.
You received that?
I do. I
Now, if
received
I
that.
was in a therapeutic space, what I
I
would do is I would, with Angel receiving that, I would have her whole totally visualize that compliment, dig a seed in her heart. Right, our heart is our garden. Plant that compliment, plant that seed, so that can be something that can begin to grow within her, and water it so that begins to be one of the things that we grow within us. Those positive things. We get so much stuff that comes to us that is criticism instead of compliments.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And they come in sometimes choking out weeds and choking out other healthy plants and different things in us, whatever. So like taking that kind of thing and dropping it in. I usually visualize it. I'm getting to a place now where when somebody actually pays me a compliment, I visualize that compliment. I visualize myself standing in the heart of the garden of my heart. I drop that seed in there, or I let them drop that seed in there, cover it with dirt and water, because there's some things in guarding our heart that we don't want in there. Right. So then those things we just kind of clear away, let go. But that one we want to actually visualize the implant so that be something that grows within us. Yeah.
Well, I will be sure when I watch the replay. I'll be sure to listen and do that. Um, One of those words you said, I have never associated myself with being resilient. That's a word I use for other people. So to hear for me, that stood out. I've never associated that word with what I got going on.
Man, please. Even right now, with your situation, you still, I be worried about you, and you be, who said it was a problem? Okay.
Just like just like who said it was a problem?
Shoot.
Tiffany said about Renita.
I'm like, you right. You right.
Oh man.
I think we just had that moment when we was talking about work.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
in Pilates. What you
It sounded
talking?
just like it.
You talking about work? I'm in
Who said I
Pilates.
wanted to? Oh, okay. Let me know when you're ready. I'm okay. You okay?
Tiff said about Renita with that question. Y'all, Monica Eyes is 40.
Listen,
That she wanted to hear her
promise you,
voice.
This screen is small. Okay.
It does feel a little smaller today for some reason.
Mhm.
But anyway, that she wanted to hear her voice and made a dedication to herself that she would no longer be silent. I know that's right. Yeah. This is true. This is true. This is true. Had she used that voice when we was married? Oh, okay. I'm just playing. I ain't gonna go. All right, next card. Next card. Next card. No, just playing. Oh, right. Oh, this is another relational echo. A friend is what the heart needs all the time. Henry Van Dyke said that. Share one word to describe the last person who spoke.
Ooh, let me do it. I'm gonna give her this word back. Genius.
I wasn't the last one that spoke.
Oh, well, she was the last. You was the last one to answer the card.
Okay.
You had a card. I'm gonna give you that word back. You very carefully craft conversations for us, and you've been doing this for a few years. We let you loose, and we had to trust you.
You fooled around.
We used to have themes, and they went out the window. We don't get to prepare. I used to write notes. I used to have my quotes ready, my screenshot. No, we don't get a chance to do none of that. You very carefully craft these conversations. And it's not just knowing my background and what I'm doing, his background in mental health and therapy and whatever he's doing, but it's also keeping abreast of current times. You had D'Angelo on when we came on. Even if that wasn't planned, you will be dropping what's on the news. You were asking me about the marches when we first came on, but you always seem to know what's going on. It's like you are the heartbeat of the city. You know what's going on in the music world, in the political world, in the entertainment world. In the arts world, you got your foot in some of everything. You call us geniuses, but you're the heartbeat of this show because you're leading all of these conversations. You craft these conversations for us. You make us sound smart because I'm not as smart as I sound on this show a lot of times. And when I be pulling and making them clips, I have to work sometimes to find the part where I sound really good. Because you be sounding good and he be on his book shit. I just got to make sure that I got at least 2 minutes where I sound like I said something. But you craft this. We never thought about changing the name of the show because the show was you. You are the show, boo. We here with you. You're the genius. We here with you. You always call us your two genius friends. Baby, you the genius. So that's my word.
Come on, sweet spot.
Aw, well.
Mocha chip.
Thanks, friend. I mean, we're a unit. The three of us, we're a unit.
Yeah. Oh. Friendship philosophy.
Oh, I was pulling the card.
Friendship is the only cement that will ever. I'm sorry, y'all. Friendship is the only cement that will ever hold the world together. Woodrow Wilson.
Woody said that?
Woody said it.
Yeah. The library. We had the library. Don't we got the Woodrow Wilson library?
What's a lesson? What's a lesson? What's a lesson a past relationship taught you about connection? Relationship can be anything, right? So it doesn't have to necessarily be like a significant other. Like that. So any relationship that you've been in, but what's a lesson a past relationship taught you about connection? And your answer is up to you too, because I think sometimes too people think that they have to frame the lesson or whatever the thing is positively. So it's really truly what comes up for your heart and what you feel like sharing in that.
When you gonna answer a question?
Y'all ain't tell me to answer no question here.
Answer that one.
Your turn.
What's a lesson about?
Be nice.
What's a lesson a past relationship taught me about connection. Honestly, in simplicity, um, that it matters. That connection actually really matters. And I don't think that is one relationship. There's one I could go to, but it's like it's or a few that I can go to. But when I actually think about the lesson itself, it has come from, for me, the biggest thing has come from the relationships where people in that relationship reflected worth back to me in a way that in a way that that is undeniable, I think. And so it's kind of taught me that connections actually really truly matter, no matter how left the world is going or how far right the world is going, and everybody moving into like the individualistic way of thinking, the individual thought, and me, myself, and I, and self this and self that. For whatever reason, my mind cannot leave that there is the power in connection, that I always want to figure out some kind of way within myself to honor and to not abort or abandon, even when it feels even when it feels hard, even when it feels challenging, or even when there's things that ain't that that ain't that great. But it's like series um, of relationships that's taught that. Even me moving and leaving Illinois, coming here, I have my POC, I have y'all, I have just connections that are very different here in terms of, not that I don't have some friends here, but it's like it's very different in terms of what I came from in terms of community. And so seeing that effect on me, coming here, having the whole season of depressions,
Mm.
and which led to behaviors that were I don't want to say unbecoming, because I think we have the capability to do some crazy stuff, but unbecoming of what I want to be or of who I really want to be. And knowing that there was a direct link between having my connections, which were my safety, which was my safe spot, not just my safe spot. It was also my guard rails. My relationships are guardrails for me. I know that left to myself, I'm a mess.
Mm.
And so having what I sense as felt connection with people has taught me that relationships matter, no matter what everything else is saying, and no matter what everybody else is saying. Yeah, yeah. Wah 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 wah. All
Okay.
right. Next card.
Good.
I think Angel got something on her mind.
Well, in relation to that, when you started talking, I was thinking, is it is it more so the lack of connection that's taught you about the meaning of connection? But you kind of answered that when you said it was, worth being reflected back for you. For me, it would be seeing the lack of connection or having, relationships and friendships that were missing those elements, where it stands out that this is what's so necessary. This is critical. This is the lifeline that was needed in order for those relationships to be productive, to be healthy, to be successful, to be reciprocated. It was the lack of connection for me that would have prompted that word.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
it. Hey, King Maurice.
Hey, King Maurice.
Um,
King Maurice.
Do
it's
we
no.
bow? Do we bow? He's a king. He,
No, we don't.
oh,
We don't bow.
oh, okay. Just wanted to
We
make
don't
sure.
Oh, hail the king.
We bow to Jesus, and that's it. No. King Jesus is the only king I'm bowing to. Anyway, we glad to have you though. I will acknowledge your royalty.
I think the biggest thing for me in that is, you know, doing the self check with that and realizing how much, connection is needed. Um, and that's one of the things that we are on this earth for. um and like just being vulnerable with myself, looking at myself in the mirror, and like, hey, you got to get out of this rut,
Mm,
because without some of these connections, you have to be able to welcome in some connection and just pray that you have a spirit of discernment to make sure it's good enough for you. But
Yeah.
mm,
um,
yeah.
getting yourself out of a rut, um, welcoming some connections that have been faithful, maybe newer, but faithful and intentional, and just inviting them in, and
Hmm.
just kind of breaking down that barrier from within, and allowing those connections to flourish, and allowing them to be, what they are, um, even if it's for a moment. It's a benefit for a lifetime, because you're gonna learn something. You're
Mm.
gonna get something from it. It's gonna teach you something.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Card. This is a connection card. It says, take a moment to reflect on where you are in your journey of relationality. Share one thing you want to grow in or learn as a friend. Then invite others to share their thoughts or encouragement with you. Take a moment to reflect on where you are in your journey of relationality. Share one thing you want to grow in or learn as a friend, and then invite others to share their thoughts or encouragement with you.
I want to know if I can love you from where I am, not necessarily from where I am, from my capability and capacity to love, versus what you need per se, or your love language. Am I able to authentically and adequately love you
That's good.
based off of just where Bryson is, emotionally, mentally, spiritually? Am I able to do that? Is that a
Able in terms of able and what's the what would be
so
the hindrance?
I guess I'm able, physically, just as a human, I'm able. But is that healthy? Is that rewarding? Is that beneficial to you
And acceptable to you
and acceptable to
as a
you
friend.
as a friend?
Ooh. Mm, I get it. So it's a question of, in some sense, I mean, it's an answer of, can I love you as me and we be good?
Mm.
But I'm not blatantly disregarding your needs or your love languages or the things that you present, but this is what I'm able to give you.
Yeah,
Are we
that
good?
makes we. I was just in the conversation. I mean, I guess this is encouragement towards that. I guess because I was going to say, man, we about to go. It's encouragement or thoughts towards that, because I was just in a conversation recently with a friend of mine, and it was saying what we do have to realize and understand and be okay with is that I cannot. If Bryson, if you're a cocoa plant, you know what I'm saying? If you're a cocoa plant,
Is.
I can't expect you to love me like an orange tree would.
Hmm.
And it doesn't indicate that you're not my cocoa plant, that you're not my friend, that you're not my, even in a sense that you're not my person. In that regard, I can't squeeze blood from a turnip. And so that part of love is accepting you as you are, loving from where you are, right? And really receiving that. But I think a lot of us don't have that in our relationships, because what tends to happen is somebody doesn't meet a need, and then we feel like, oh, they don't love me right, or they're not loving me in my language. So then I just walk away, not realizing that you may be walking away from love. It's not their job. I don't want to say not their job, because like you said, you're not neglecting what their language is, but you're saying, I want to love as me
Hmm.
in your life, because this is what my capacity is. This is what I actually bring. When I'm being me, I'm in my anointing of love. Right. And so can you receive that? It was just a conversation that the friend of mine just had. I said, with people, most people know you're not going to get from me necessarily deep physical affection. That's just not necessarily who and what I am. I will hug, right? I will push the limits to some degree in that. But what you're ultimately going to get is, what you're going to get from me is presence. I'm going to be there. or I'm going to try to be. It's like I might not say nothing, but I'm probably going to try and show up just as me in whatever that means and hope that that's acceptable. And if I don't have all of the answers that you need, I'll be with you while we find somebody else, that can actually meet that part, or that's the hope, you know. So I encourage you, friend, keep being you. Because at the end of the day, if you don't be you in, let's say, for instance, in my life, if you don't be Brysen in my life, well, and you go be something else or try to be something else, who's going to be my Brysen? So then I'm losing out, and it's a fault on my end to not accept you as and for who you are, even if you can't come fix my pipes.
I can fix the pipes.
Yes, but don't tell all our business.
Okay. Maurice has an excellent question. But what will our capacity ever? Both of y'all sipping y'all tea. But what will our capacity ever find us qualified to receive?
What does that mean? What will our capacity?
Will our capacity? Yeah.
Oh, but will our
Will our
capacity ever
capacity
find
ever
us qualified to
I added an
receive?
extra word, didn't I? Sorry, Maurice. But
Will our capacity ever find us
qualified?
qualified to receive? Is that a question? Oh, dude, talk to us about that. Is that a question of
Say
worth?
some more.
Yeah, is that
Say
like,
some more
are you
about that.
saying our capacity
Say
qualified to
more about
receive?
that.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg,
Hey,
what's up?
Greg. Yeah, long time.
What's up?
You've been all our life.
My whole life.
What will our capacity find us qualified? What will our capacity? But will, why I keep adding what? Right.
That's the same thing.
But will our capacity ever find us?
So I'm talking about loving you at my, I believe he's referring to when I'm saying loving you at my capacity. But will your capacity ever allow it to be qualified to receive? Will you be able to receive? Well, can
say some more?
Can our capacities meet in the middle? I mean, Maurice, can you please come back?
Say some more, Maurice. Maurice.
Yeah, because that feels important. That feels very important.
Enormously important.
EESE. Maurice. I need you to.
And how come Is got a question mark by it at the top? Y'all see that?
Lord, give me a second. Yeah, I do have a question mark. I don't know.
It doesn't show right here, but if you look on the side,
yeah, I see it.
Oh, I do see that. Maybe it's
There's
AI
a new
picking up
feature.
that it's a question. Yeah.
Good evening, Q.
Yeah.
Hello, Q.
Hey, QT.
But anywho, but yeah, no, that was good stuff. Oh, he said, "Give me a second, I'm typing."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cool. Let me turn up my background music. Give you a minute, brother.
That's a good thought. That is a good.
I'm leaning into the word capacity because I was thinking, what was the initial question?
It was take a moment to reflect on where you are in your journey of relationality, and so then share one thing that you want to grow in or learn as a friend.
For me, I feel like I need to grow my capacity for more one-on-one time. I have not done very well with that probably since the pandemic. Actually, if I had to go backwards, I would put a marker there. I'm I'm with a lot of groups of people, and it's this group and this group and this group, and I just kind of put them in groups. So if I'm seeing you, your friend, your brother. I'm seeing you, your sister, your cousin. I'm seeing you. It's always, and what that does for me, and I know we've talked about this before, but it lightens the load of pressure to be on, pressure to be, fully engaged and call and response. It lessens that for me, so I don't feel like I have to carry the conversation or If it's more than one person at the table, then I can be quiet for a minute. I need to be able to be quiet. I cannot be on 100% all the time. And when you're with one person, and I'll preface this, there are probably 5 people that I count where I can do that because we just been doing that. We've been doing that for years. I can do that. It's automatic. It's feels very natural, and I don't really have issues with that. Anybody else is an extra effort that I have to mentally prepare myself for one-on-one time, because that means I have to be ready for the back and forth, back and forth. It also means that um, I have to be willing to answer questions. I have to be willing to share stories and, part of myself. And I kind of feel like maybe I'm either giving too much or I'm sharing too much, or, is this safe, to share because of other experiences with other people where things weren't safe to share, or you heard your stuff somewhere else. It's a little, it's pressure for me when it's just one-on-one. There's 3 people there. We can talk all day because I can bounce around and I can be quiet and I can watch. I need to have time to watch. And if it's just me and somebody else, I don't get downtime. I just have to be ready to jump back in. So I would like to increase my capacity um, for one-on-one engagement with my friends, because that's a lot of pressure for me. If you text me and say, "Hey, we need to hang out," and it's like, um, it's like, where are we going? Who gonna be there? Who all gonna be there? Mm-hmm. Just us? Just us?
Who all gonna be there now?
Question mark? Just us? With that emoji, because that means I have to be on, and I got to rest up for that.
Is there an opportunity to hold quiet space with that friend or those friends just individually?
I haven't found that yet. Whereas, or at least maybe I just haven't been practiced enough in finding that. I can think of maybe one person, where we can give each other some quiet time or whatever, and then come back to the conversation. We can just, because we used to walk and we would just walk the trail, or something. So we could, or we sitting and eating. So if I'm eating, then whatever. But I have not been able to find that outside of too many people, where I just feel like I'm forced to be hit the button. So that's what I would like to work on.
That's good. That's real good. Maurice has responded. I want to go back to Maurice, and then Q, I want to answer your question too, but I want to thanks. We know the extent of our limits in every area, but will we ever give ourselves the grace to go beyond you, even in receiving the equivalent of what we give? Now, I felt that when I read that, hence my sound effect. So I'm going to read it again. We know the extent of our limits in every area, but will we ever give ourselves the grace to go beyond, even in receiving the equivalent of what we give?
So stretching ourselves beyond our comfort zones.
That's what it sounds like, which is what I was just talking about.
And even kind of like what Q was saying, increased capacity for engagement. So I think we all on the same
one-on-one engagement. One-on-one, yeah.
One-on-one for you, yeah.
For me, yeah, one-on-one. Outside of a couple of people that I can do that with, just naturally. Anybody else is like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think to his point too is like, I think we should be doing that to, within fair reason, right? Everything that we say, I think, is within fair reason what we really choose, and not like to the degree where we're putting pressure on on undue pressure, right? Like conformity pressure. But if our relationships ultimately are designed to aid us in, first of all, if our relationships are ultimately about us being one, I know I'm going far with that, us being one, sourced of the same source, ultimately being connected, being an ecosystem, all these other kind of things. I think that we do, me personally, I think that the whole point of being in relationships, or one of the points of relationships, is to support us in our expanding, is to support us in who we are, but also in our growth or in our expanding or whatever, or our alignment, whatever that alignment may mean or call for in the moment that it calls for it. Right. And so I think what I see a lot of times, even when we talk about the self-love thing, people say, oh, they love when they don't love themselves. First of all, I don't believe people don't love themselves. I know I stand alone sometimes when I say that, but I don't think people don't love themselves. I think sometimes people aren't maybe living in a certain way where they may not be being good to themselves in the moment, or where they may not be including themselves because they've gotten so busy or on so focused on either people pleasing or taking care of everybody else for whatever reason, right? That's just the calibration of the mind. Even the way we're designed to harmonize. And so if we see something missing, we generally are going to lean towards filling that spot and lean towards fixing something that looks like it's whatever. It's not always an indication. It's even people in relationships, they say, oh, they stayed because they don't love themselves. We got to stop doing that to people. That's not really everything that's going on. We looking from the outside thinking that's what's going on. But what I think has to happen is we have to include ourselves, like he said, even the capacity to receive the equivalent of what we give. I was just working on something earlier today, a song thing earlier today, and I was talking about the pain of some of the pain. The pain isn't that I give 100. The pain is not even that some people don't offer some things back. The pain comes when our postures of our hearts are different. So how y'all hear, oh, they're not worth my time, they're not worth my whatever. I'm not giving nobody 100. I'm not giving nobody. That hurts. Actually, it's not us giving of ourselves 100 that hurts, especially if we're giving from our source. If we're giving from the source, what is there? What well is there to run dry? If I'm actually saying, it's when I start giving from my ego that now I feel drained and all these other little things or when I'm Brysen, like you were saying, when I'm not allowed to love as me, that now I'm feeling drained and all these other kind of things. But being 100% myself, being a giver, all of those other kind of things is not really where the draining comes from. The draining comes from when we don't have it mirrored back to us. And I'm not just talking about transaction. I'm talking about whatever the posture of your heart is. If I know that Brysen is being 100% Brysen, and I have a philosophy that understands that, even if she's not meeting my need for the pipes being fixed, I don't discount the love that I still am receiving 100% love because she's mirroring back to me the very thing that I give out in terms of quality. Even if the quantity is different or the actual gift is different, the quality of that still is felt and known as a connection, as love, and that's my cocoa friend. Right, that's my cocoa plant friend, and so I can kind of receive that in that way, and allowing that capacity, allowing that quality to come into us is where we really got to look at, I think. So when he says receiving the equivalent, I think more so in terms of not even so much measurements, but in terms of the quality that we allow ourselves to actually enter in and to receive back. Because we also have this thing, if we're super independent in our mind, oh, I'm just used to giving. Right. But then we won't even let people give to us because we're afraid of being vulnerable, because we're afraid of being, whatever. If I gave of myself freely and vulnerably, then I need to be able to give you, Angel, the opportunity to give to me vulnerably too, because otherwise, again, we're not relating soul to soul and heart to heart at that point. We're still relating surface level.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand why y'all only did a couple of rounds of this, because who gonna get through a whole deck? When you got to pause and do a dissertation on questions.
And it's 54 cards, right?
Ain't no way. Not when you have people that are engaged and willing to be vulnerable and have that conversation.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No. You might not even get through the deck.
Yeah.
Ooh, child.
Thank you, Maurice. That was amazing. Wherever your heart is starved, wherever you base your love from is cut short. The feeling of rejection is the first thing that comes to mind. Thank you, Maurice.
Yeah,
that was good stuff. That's good. It's good stuff.
Now we got to go back to Q. Oh,
I think we was doing that at the same time. I have a question that came up with a group of my peers. It was asked if emotional safety actually fear or boundaries in bondage. Anyone care to go into this? So is emotional safety fear, or boundaries and bondage. I feel like we talked about this one day, but I mean, we could definitely
Let me
dive.
get, yeah, and I want to get clarity on it. Well, on what um I promise y'all I got a master's degree, but sometimes I be having to read stuff.
Listen, the way I'm rereading it, baby.
I have okay, so it was asked if emotional safety. Q, can you give me
Yeah.
a little clarity on this?
Say
Emotional
some more.
safety
Say some
actually
more, Q, and we'll
on
come
if
back to it.
wait. I think okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Throw that back up. It is they were saying that emotional safety was an excuse. Okay, that's what I think I'm reading. Go
Okay.
back where it go? Put it back up for a second.
The
Q,
first one.
let me know if I got this right when I read it. Q, you threw me off because you didn't put all of the letters in there, I think. Let me see. Um it says I have a question that came up with it. Asks if emotional safety is actually fear or boundaries and bondage. Is that what you're saying? Is the is missing? Yeah, I forgot the
But
is.
yeah,
Okay,
he
that's what
got
okay.
you.
All right. So if the emotional safety is that oh
Covered
Yeah,
it.
we did before. This
We've
was
we've
it was
dived. We've
now
dived.
go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Go ahead.
oh,
Go ahead, doctor.
in today's so because this has come up in
You got
several
him rocking now, Q. We
Right.
got
You go on, doctor.
this has come up in several groups and in our day today, you all, and I really don't listen. I'm not trying to minimize anybody's trauma at all, anybody's trauma, anybody's drama, but I think we did talk about it right when we said that people are now starting to weaponize.
yeah.
A lot of times, weaponize their traumas with things
Trauma.
like
Yep.
I
That
don't
was
feel
right.
safe,
Uh-huh.
with things like boundaries
Mm-hmm.
that and it's not that those words within themselves are not don't carry a quality. I think they do. We all need to feel safe, right?
Mhm.
Have some measure of safety. One thing that we leave out of that, though, is first, safety has to begin in you, or
Are you
safety
safe?
has to be within you. I create safety within myself through self regulation. Now, that's not to exclude co regulation, right? So, safety is created within me. It's within me grounding myself when my amygdala gets activated in any kind of way, when my nervous system gets activated. But anything that we do internally usually has a relational correspondent or has a relational partner, right? So I create the safety within me to whatever degree through my courage, through my grounding, whatever y'all want to consider that to be, through me actually being able to overcome the fear that I feel. But you, Angel, offer to me security. You offer that security to me in through being trustworthy, through not mishandling what I hand to you, and all those other kind of things. So they kind of go together in that sense. We have taken emotional safety and even our boundaries, because we use the word boundaries now to police people,
Mhm.
and we've made our boundaries about them instead of recognizing that the original psychological use of boundaries, and even the spiritual use of boundaries, are not about policing people. All right, that's the self-help world, where it's more so now about I'm in this survival mode and I have, whatever, and I got to set these boundaries.
Ooh,
If you set
ooh,
a boundary,
ooh.
the boundary isn't me telling Angel what she can do. The boundary is saying, well, Angel, if you do that and that doesn't fit with what is my alignment and my value, I'm going to XYZ.
Respond this way.
I exactly. That means that I'm either going to not entangle and participate, or I'm going to leave the room, or I'm going to whatever. But we use it a lot of times more so as an external power. And when it's being used, when we're using emotional safety and also as an external power instead of an authentic power, yes, it is a bondage,
Mm-hmm.
because it is coming from the energy and the essence of fear and not coming from the energy and the essence of love. When it really truly is coming from the energy and essence of love, it has a whole different way of presenting itself and showing up, and it actually invites healthy relating instead of just policing
Yeah.
and operating from this trying to be in control and control how other people are going to be and how other people respond. So it can be, another form, depending on who's using it and if they're mature enough to be able to use emotional safety in a way. Now, again, it doesn't mean we don't. You run into some people like, man, they just really are not emotionally safe. They will take your emotions and everything and use them against you, and this is that and the other. We got to use discernment, right, to be able to say, yeah, this is just not a healthy space. But sometimes it's being used. I mean, anytime you confront somebody now, oh, it's a boundary, or you triggered me, or whatever, and we have to mature beyond it. Now, again, taking into grace that people, they got that way for a reason. So a lot of times people are that way because they are really truly experiencing something within their perspective. So we still need to activate grace, but we also still need to be able to grow, because if we don't, you're going to always be triggered, and you're going to be throwing up boundaries, and you're going to find yourself with no relationships.
You used a word that triggered me when you were talking about survival. I think in that same conversation, we were talking about people that are in survival mode and how they respond to being in survival mode. And one of the things we talked about was how you are at your most dangerous and reckless self when you are surviving and not thriving in relationships, because anything goes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have boundaries. You don't have morals. You don't have that grounding that keeps you in a healthy space. We are the most dangerous when we are in survival mode. Do anything, say anything, go
Anything to
anywhere.
survive.
We're just trying to survive, and it's not always about emotional safety. You're not emotionally safe for yourself because you haven't done that inner work. You haven't done that self-reflection. You have not um, come to terms with whatever the trauma was. You have not sought out help and how to better respond in the healthy manner. What you're doing is acting out.
Mm-hmm.
That's when your
Mm-hmm.
personality
Exactly that.
starts to greet people and not you. It's your personality because the
Mm-hmm.
persona, the
Yeah.
mask, whatever it is that you wearing to cover up the trauma that you have not dealt with has manifested itself into you acting a fool. And this is what happens. Um, Dangerous, reckless, don't care. And most of that is just you trying to escape what you are feeling physically and
Mm-hmm.
emotionally because you have not dealt with the trauma or the
Mm-hmm.
abuse or the loneliness or the mental illness or whatever it is that you're ignoring. Because you're ignoring that, you haven't given yourself that much grace. You have not put yourself on the list of things that need to be done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
undone. You haven't done that.
Or mm-hmm.
This is the survival mode.
Yeah.
Or that's the result of you living in survival mode and not thriving.
Yeah. And it's real. We all have that. We all can get in that and be stuck in the mode. We need to. We're supposed to have survival skill, but we're not designed to live in survival mode. And that's what ends up happening a lot of times, because, and again, every situation that you think is unsafe and emotionally unsafe is not. But because we're in the feeling and in the reaction of the nervous system, again, your body is doing what it's supposed to do. Its only job, and your brain, is to keep you alive. So it's going to alert you to things but you can trust the, how can I put it, like, trust the reaction or trust the body's response, but test the story, because
Right.
the body will alert you to things that's not really a real danger. That's why we have consciousness, is to actually say, ooh, that felt unsafe, but I can tell myself, no, we're fine. We're all right. They're just disagreeing with me. They're
Mhm.
not being unsafe with me, or they just don't see what I'm seeing right now. This is not really unsafe. It's just that they're not doing something toxic. They're just coming from their perspective, or they're just sharing their perspective on things. Y'all know I get it all the time in working in groups of people. That sometimes there's 50 people in these groups that I'm doing. Somebody always walks away, no matter how much I say. Somebody walks away not hearing what the clearest message was. I just had somebody recently say they felt shamed in a room where I'm saying you know, I forgot what we were talking about in it, but it was like they felt shamed for something. I was like, why did you feel shamed out of that? That feeling of shame was not what was being delivered in the room. So that feeling of shame likely has come from what you're the lens in which you're looking at this conversation through, or you're still activated because you're in deep survival mode. You're in hypervigilance. And when you're in hypervigilance, it's very hard sometimes for us to hear the truth if we don't slow down, stop, breathe. And the reason I wrote the song the other day, in All You're Getting, Get Understanding, is because we also don't stop and ask for clarity. We just oh, they unsafe. They were, what did you mean, Bryson, when you said, what did you mean by that when you said? We don't do that.
No.
We'll just say, oh, she's just trying to be.
Yeah,
Ask her.
that's
What did
crazy.
you mean by that when you said, right? So we can trust our body to do what it's going to do, but we have to test the story. If we don't, we won't mature. And so we're going to be slaves to the body because the body or the nervous system, the amygdala, the brain, is going to activate. But we got to realize it's activating a lot of times because of memories. It's activating because when you say I'm triggered, that ain't got nothing to do with the person that's in front of you. That's probably from somebody years ago. It's from the past. And if we can actually get rid of that ammunition, ain't nothing to trigger.
Mm-hmm. Come on,
Mm.
ammunition.
Listen, I was telling Bryson before we came on that I started taking a pelvic Pilates class. And this is like week 3, specifically focused on pelvic area, hip, glutes, things like that. Most of the
You
time,
like
when
Eagles?
women, no, and we'll talk about that at the after party. Kegels do not help.
Oh,
Do not, do not help. Anyway, most of the time, people are taking this class if they've had an injury, if they had surgery, if they had a baby, whatever. I had surgery some years ago, but some people have injuries, and it's a array of people that are taking this class, or array of reasons why they're taking it. But one of the things the teacher pointed out last week when we were taking the class is that most of the time it's not about engaging your pelvis or engaging your core, um, that needs the help. Most of the time it's relaxing it,
mm,
because we are always tense, we are always engaged, we are always on alert. We are always holding on to stress in the area. So the relaxing of the muscles and the loosening of the muscles is the thing that's most needed, because we are always on the edge.
tighten up. Yes. Told y'all I'm
That was
talking
the
about
first
that.
time I had heard that, and y'all know I've been in Pilates for some couple of years now. But it reminded me of a conversation I had. We were talking about we don't ask for clarity. I thought it was an argument, because it
Mm.
sounded like every other argument that me and this person have had. We sitting in Chick-fil-A going back and forth, back and forth.
At Chick-fil-A.
At the
That's holy
Chick at the
ground. That's holy
Chick-fil-A. We was
ground.
at the Chick-fil-A going back and forth. I got my arms folded, I got my leg up, food been gone, I'm ready to go. And we just going back and forth. It was definitely a disagreement. But for me, in the back of my mind, this is an argument. And we don't get along. And this is why right here. We can't get along. We always arguing, blah, blah, blah. And the other person was just astounded. Like, this, I didn't think we were having an argument. We're just having a conversation. And I'm
Mhm.
like, what?
Mm-hmm.
They said, this is, I just thought we were having a conversation. I mean, we might have a difference of opinion, but I didn't think we were like going
Mhm.
back.
Mhm.
I didn't think we were like going at it or nothing. And I'm sitting there pissed, you know, like,
Mhm.
this
Mhm.
is why I don't want to talk to you. I didn't even want to come to Chick-fil-A. This is the we don't
I
get
hate it here.
along. And they're like, what do you
I
mean we
hate
don't
it
get
here.
along? Because we have a difference of opinion. And I had to take a step back, like, so you mean to tell me all these other conversations and differences of opinions, that was it for you? And for me, I'm over here like, we don't get along. We always going back and forth. This is, we always arguing and whatever.
Wow.
And it was like a moment of silence, like, well, who wrong?
Somebody got to be wrong.
You know?
Somebody got to go to jail. Somebody's got to be wrong.
But that clarity, it's like nobody, you would never stop in the middle of a back and forth to ask, is this an argument? Are we having a disagreement? Is this a fight? Is this just another fight? Because for me, it's just another fight. We just having another fight.
Yeah.
This is why I want to come, because this is all we do. For them, it was, we're just having a conversation. It's like, ugh. You sound so mature. I don't understand. But it just goes to show you when you're always here.
Yes.
When this is your starting point,
it's survival mode,
and you're stressed, and it's tense, and it's uncomfortable, it's always gonna feel like something else to somebody else. You feel one way because that's your perspective, but you're holding all of that. And for me, even the slight level change in your voice, I'm already here. This is why you want to come. Because why you talking to me like that? Wow. They was just clearing their throat. It don't matter. Now, why you talking loud? Right. But if you're already dealing with the trauma of conversations past, arguments past, fights past, disagreements past, and it feels just like that for you, and it takes you right back to that moment, that's where you are. You don't think to stop and say, well, this is not bad. We're in the Chick-fil-A. We're not fighting in Chick-fil-A. This is a holy place. We're not doing that. We're in public. People are looking, their children present. This is not an argument. No, it is what it feels like for you. And it will always be what it feels like until you change your perspective.
And if you go get some more Chick-fil-A sauce or the Polynesian sauce, that makes everything better and you'll be fine anyway.
Can I get a peach shake?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, can I get something? Can I get something different? And now, every time you go into Chick-fil-A, are you like this? Because the last time he was in there, he was in an argument. Every time we come in here, I'm fighting, now you associated with a place. And not just the person you with, but every time I go in that Chick-fil-A, I got an attitude because the last time I was here, I was fighting with somebody.
Wow.
Q still talking. What Q say?
Emotional maturity and intelligence is something I've been working on, and perspective, not from an emotional place, but from an intelligent or mature perspective.
Very good.
Very necessary.
Very good.
The fact that,
and you know what, and it's work on. It's also to some degree too, though. It's fine to be from an emotional place because the emotions is the signal, right? It's emotionalism that we don't want to really get into, and that's the emotional reactivity. So the emotional the emotions tell us something's going on, something's happening. So it is coming from somewhere. I'm feeling something, but we have to consult the emotion first. Consult the emotion, figure out what this emotion is saying, then move forward to responding instead of reacting to certain things with people. Because, and I only say that cute, and it's like I only say that too, just like even for the masses that hear it, is because emotions have gotten a very bad rap in our society. And so now people, we want to trade logic for emotion. That's not spiritual nor human. All right. We have to learn how to have it all actually work together in the concert that it's supposed to work as. The emotions come with a messaging. The message might not be what our reactivity is. All right. That's why, Angel, what you're saying, the clarity is important. Because I'm feeling this, I'm feeling something, I'm sensing something. The emotions are coming as this messenger. What are they saying? And then how do I actually now translate that and communicate that with somebody that's standing in front of me to either get clarity or to express what I need to express? This is why a lot of people, again, I just feel like this is important to throw this in here because this is why people don't know how to grieve right. Is because we keep thinking emotions are bad. Emotions are not bad. They are not bad. They're closer oftentimes to our spiritual nature than our mind is sometimes, meaning our head thoughts, So it's like really kind of paying attention to our emotions so that we can we can put everything in its proper place and not be so. Emotionalism is emotional reactivity, right? But to be emotional, all of us are always emotional. Even stoic people are emotional, right? And for some reason we don't embrace it that way because we tie emotional
Mm-hmm.
with some type of reactive way of being, and it's not the same thing, right? It's not the same thing, and so we got to reclaim the proper use of emotions, and it happens a lot of times, especially in some of these well, no, it's society, period. But I was going to say, like, even in spiritual places, it's like, oh, that's just emotionalism. So what? Everybody's supposed to walk around like an android with no emotions. There's no emotion to what we do. There's no, but it's like understanding what emotions really are. They are signals. They're signaling something, and you know how we know? Lock them suckers up, shut them down, and your body will fall apart. The body does keep the score in this sense, not because your emotions are bad, but because we don't allow them to. They are designed to come in and flow out, to come up and flow out. They're
Mm-hmm.
designed to come up and flow out. We're supposed to have them come in as those messengers and flow through. So we got to make sure our emotional wellness flow is working. Otherwise, we're going to have a very hard time even navigating any other kind of grievances in our life.
I think part of that emotional maturity is even knowing, even in the situation I was describing, when it's not really a point to ask for clarity, the clarity is you. That's your check in. That's the check in that you're doing
Checking.
with yourself. Okay, this is how I'm feeling. Why?
You got to know why you. Yes.
Why am I upset right now? What is it that I'm reacting to? Are they really talking loud, or is it just loud to me, right now, because I don't want to hear what they saying? Do it sound louder right now? You know,
And is this just getting on my nerves, or is
am I
this
tired?
emotionally unsafe? Because exactly,
Am I
there's a
tired?
difference.
Do I just
Hmm.
not want to have this conversation right now? Do I not have the capacity for it right now? Is this something we can table for later right now? Is this necessary right now? Am I upset because I'm wrong? Am I wrong? I'm not going to ever ask, am I wrong? But that's probably a really emotionally mature question to ask yourself. Am
It
I
is
wrong?
because
Is
most
it
people that
me?
ask it don't be
Am,
wanting to hear that
am
they
I
wrong.
the drama? Is it me? Can't be me. So it got to be something else. But that's the clarity that is checking in with yourself when you don't have an opportunity to ask, okay, is this a fight? Is this an argument? That kind of sounds stupid. Are we beefing? We beefing right now? We got beef that's, a little cooler, but still, why do I feel like this right now?
Yep.
And what can I do about it? How can I align
Yeah.
to where I need to go? What would it take for me to do that right now? And maybe it's, you know
Oh,
what, I need some fresh air. Can we move this to the parking lot of the Chick-fil-A and not right here? Because I feel like
yeah.
people are watching and I'm getting a little upset or embarrassed, or what else comes with that. Can we go to the car? Because I
Yeah.
need to be closer to you in case I need to. No, we don't want to do that. But
Man,
it's how
really
can
got
I
to want
align
maturity.
and correct, or redirect my
Mhm,
feelings in this moment.
We
mhm.
That's
really got to want maturity for this. You really have to want maturity. It's
baby.
like, do I want to be right or do I want to be in right standing?
Because I want to be right all the time. But does me being right, is that aligned?
But do you want to be right or do you want to be righteous?
Ooh,
That's what right standing means. Yep. It's righteous.
that was
Yeah,
the
Yep.
alignment.
yeah.
Yep. In righteousness.
Because being right feels better,
Yeah. Especially if you're in
even
a
when
power
you,
struggle.
even when you're wrong. Being right feels better. It's not
Well,
really emotionally mature now, is it?
welcome to the first installment of the Soul Circle
What was that?
at,
4 cards?
at the show.
How
I
many
think I
cards
have
did
it.
we get through?
I think we did like four.
4 cards and questions from the audience.
It
And
was
that's
4.
an
Yeah, it was
hour and
4.
20 minutes.
It was 4. It was 4.
Ain't no way somebody getting through this deck. That ain't even a weekend situation.
Mm-mm. Even if you pull the same card, it's gonna be different answers every time. Because I've done this a couple times, and it's like I have a different answer sometimes. But and again, like I said, they work where you can customize just to play it any way you really. You could pull three cards and just have a dinner card table, three cards at the table that you just pull and to converse with. We just pulled one card from the deck, or we pulled
That's
one.
1 hour.
Yeah, it's like you pulled a challenge card. We didn't do this, but just to read this, y'all. So in your most dramatic and funniest voice, share a profound or hilariously absurd piece of relational wisdom. The group votes on whether your wisdom is life changing or just plain strange. you know, so
Uh,
so
yeah.
you can do what you want to do with it and enjoy it. The whole point is go into it playing with the idea that I want to leave an understanding. I want to know the people in the room better than I know them now. I want to know more about their heart, more to know them on a heart level versus just a surface level.
And
Because
if you're
that's
doing
where
it right,
that's going to be the answers, you all, I think. And if we respond to those things, right, Angel, I think those are going to be some of the answers to some of this epidemic of loneliness, to some of what we're all feeling when we're feeling like nobody knows us, nobody really sees us, nobody really loves us for who we are. I think these kind of things can take us into that place when we actually live the essence of what this is.
because if you're doing it right, you're gonna leave with the better understanding of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And some encouragement for some of the ways you are. Told y'all I had a friend that said I kept saying I have these issues. I said I have sensory issues. I can't tell you how it changed my life when he said to me, "Can I offer you something else instead of saying that you have sensory issues?" Um and he just a simple word from issues to traits made me feel
Like I'm not.
allowed me to just be who I am and that I'm not a problem.
And be comfortable in, yeah, absolutely, 300%.
Hmm.
Can't even explain just how that little shift did that, for me. Thank you, Dr. Young, if you're watching. You know.
Listen, that's big. That's big.
This
It's a
was dope.
trait. It's not an issue. Hmm.
This was dope.
Hmm.
Thank you to Q, to Maurice, and to Greg for chiming in. Tiffany, we appreciate you. And even Tom Elvis, whoever you may
Yeah,
be.
Tom.
Thank you for spamming. Thank you for your spam. It really encourages us. It's like
Yeah,
we're doing something right.
and
We're doing
Lafayette.
something right.
Lafayette is
Yeah. Yeah.
Lafayette
And
was
that's,
here.
yeah.
uh-huh.
It was when we first
Oh,
came in.
senior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
And I
yeah.
see Sir Isaac was watching.
Oh yeah.
Didn't say nothing, but we saw you here at some point. SL Brown, whoever
Okay.
that is. We
I know
appreciate
SL.
you popping by. Catch the replay. You can watch. You can catch it. You can catch it on the Facebook for 30 days. You can catch it for 30 days on the Facebook, but you can also catch the replays of all of the episodes of the show. All of them are on Love's Great Design YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube, find Love's Great Design, and you can go back. You can go back 4 or 5 years if you want to. Well, this is year 5. You can go back 4 years and
Hopefully
catch
these things
this.
that we talked about today, you can apply them or know what you need to apply and what you need to discard, you know,
Hmm.
while you're trying to consider those things. And if you need help pushing you in the right direction, go to angelsimmons.com, go to LeAnzarStockley.com, get their books. They will guide you. They will guide you. If you want to order Soul Circle yourself, go to LeAnzarStockley.com. Yes, come on. And check this out. We actually have a
And
date
these are doing pretty good. So go ahead.
we have
Good.
a date already for next month, November 24th. We never have a date in advance. Never. But today
I do
we
what
got
I can. Do what I can.
we had a date.
Do what I can.
Thank you to our executive administrator, Angel Simmons, because she keeps us in line. Keeps us together. They do.
Like herding cats.
Whoopings. Whoopings. So, man, be
I feel
well.
enriched.
Yeah. Yeah. And I hope others do, you know.
Come on, enriched.
I feel
Yeah.
enriched. I always
Yeah.
feel
That's
rich.
our song.
Feel enriched.
That's our song, y'all. Get understanding.
Why you stopping?
Turn it up. Are you wrote this?
Yeah, I wrote it.
For who? Who sang it?
That's AI singing.
What? You got a digital choir? What are y'all doing with the internet? You don't even need people to make songs. Wow. Ain't nobody in there for real. None of them
Ain't
in.
nobody got a heartbeat on there. Nobody.
How you do that?
In a fight, we get the win. We think we've grown, but miss the chance to be fully known. What if we listen? What if we stay? What if connection? What's the
No choir.
no more assuming, no walking away. Truth and wisdom.
What is real in it?
All you
Get understand. What is real?
All you get. Let love be the landing.
Let love be the landing.
All you get. Don't leave
We gonna need some
it
real.
Don't leave empty-handed.
Get right
Real
standing.
Get right standing. Get understanding.
What if we listen? What if we stay? What if connection was the choice we made? No more assuming, no walking away. Truth and wisdom could light the way. Hey, all you get understanding. All you get let love be the landing. All you get don't leave empty-handed. Get right standing. Get understanding. Hey, 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 hey. Get understanding.
That's that piece. Uh-oh. Did it stop? Okay, there we go. That's that piece. Why I keep playing? Oh, that was the clap. Oh, that was the applause. I thought it started up again.
And if you're just tuning in now, that was Get Understanding by Bishop LeAnzar, L. Stockley, Relationality specialist, founder of
I did a
Soul,
whole Society Anthems album, y'all.
founder of the Into God Network, Soul Society 61, underneath by Czar. You can get all of your understanding on LeAnzarStockley.com.
And you're underneath and you're understanding.
My goodness, that was amazing.
That was.
We got a
It
first
I did a whole-
listen.
I did a
first
whole
listen.
12-song album called Society. Society's Anthem. Our soul knows the song.
So when do we expect the release before we let these
On
people go?
AI.
Oh yeah. It's yeah, it ain't that kind of release yet.
Not one human.
Well, wait.
But I just got the playlist laid out.
Oh my God.
We might if I could tweak some things, because you still got to tweak some things to get it right. Because again, obviously, it's not, actual live singer singing it. So
Wow.
sometimes they say words that you'd be like, that ain't the right word.
Well, all right.
Thank y'all for coming out.
We can write a jingle for the show now.
Yep.
Stay tuned for more. Jingles coming soon. We out the show.
See you
And all
next
y'all
month.
get understanding, folks. Peace.